It's going down like this, motherfucker.
This shit is crazy. The following
Nigga get mad. Say, motherfucker, what you mean you ain't gonna let me in this funky joint? Much money I done spent in here, nigga. I knew your mama when she was hoeing. Hump, baby. Shit, bet I do it over time. Say that, nigga. Shit. Bar, back the bar, off time. Shit, boy, I'm trying to make me some money. Boy, I'm hungry as a hog need. Slap Jesus. Shit, gotta be a Jesus, cause too many black folks.
For what he has, he says that the only way that we can solve our problem is to unite together among ourselves, among our own kind, clean ourselves up, rid ourselves of the evils that we've become addicted to here in this society, and try and...
Yes, he destroy black boys. If you destroy him as a boy, he'll never become a man. Yes, he destroy black boys. Yes, he destroy black boys. Yes, he destroy black boys. Yes, he destroy black boys.
You hear what I said?
Yes, bitch, I heard you. I'm pretending like I didn't.
You hear what I said?
Yes, bitch, I heard you. I'm pretending like I didn't.
I just left a light in this bitch. I just left a light in this bitch. I just left a light in.
This ain't loud enough. I'm still trying. This ain't loud enough. I'm still trying. This ain't loud enough. I'm still trying.
Yeah, well. Gotta get a piece of my
Hey, where are the white women at?
Joe V's. He looked down, seen his feet, the nigga went berserk, killed the monkey, threw the bat out the window, start kicking that bitch in the air. My eye, plus I'm in love with a bitch I can't stand.
You don't understand. It's cool enough just being cool, like I am.
Group of you together, you never can tell who's who. I've seen a lot of black guys, Nipsey, but you're overdoing it.
Say anyway, but I will. The way quantum entanglement works is that you can take two particles, quantum entangle them, and then take those two particles and move them at any distance in the cosmos. And let's just say, for example, if you quantum entangle two electrons and you have them spinning in the same direction, and then you take one of those electrons and you shoot that thing out 100,000 light years from the original. If you then rotate the spin on the one electron, if you modify it so that its spin changes, the quantum entangled electron at any distance will simultaneously in no time switch its rotation also, because they're quantum entangled. So these communication systems are taking advantage of this aspect of quantum mechanics that most people can't wrap their heads around, and this is what they're utilizing. It's just the new level of science that affords us the ability to communicate at any distance instantaneously.
You're a philosopher?
Yes.
You're a philosopher?
Yes.
You're a philosopher?
Yes.
You're a philosopher?
Yes.
You're a philosopher?
Yes. I think very deep. I think very deeply.
I'm in your business.
Hold up. You don't know nothing about that shit, bitch.
I'm in your business.
Hold up. You don't know nothing about that shit, bitch.
Hey, dance with me. Hey, dance with me.
I mean, TikTok.
A lot of the white content creators on TikTok get all of their dances from the black content creators.
Decent white folk that still don't know they're racist.
Damn white boys out there. Most of them is psychopaths and all that. They'll kill your mama's mama and you.
What the hell you want here, hunky?
What's all that? What's all that noise? Oh, that's just daddy.
I don't mean to be out of line. Don't know me, want it. Nigga.
Come with baggage, just nice.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, that was nice.
I like that.
Bitch niggas, hoe niggas, rich niggas, broke bitch. I told niggas this was on, yeah, right.
Your lines are still open. Oh shit, you can get it, nigga. You wanna get it?
I think we OD'd.
The Chinese platform, you already know they don't give a fuck about your black ass.
My word, can't be my equal, don't know what you heard.
Used to snort cocaine, now I fiend for the check, yeah.
You got to pray to God and tell God your rent due. Any God that didn't know your rent was due ain't God.
Heavy, I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I'm coming. I hit the loot juice, it pulls up in the deuce. Heavy, I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I'm coming. I hit the loot juice, it pulls up in the deuce.
I guess you go to the history of European civilizations. 250 years is how long they last before they implode because of their greed, because of their violence, because of an inability to let others be, including themselves. If they didn't have brown and black people to hate, they would hate themselves.
Do that dance, baby, do that dance, let's work it out.
Slapping folks is satisfying. She don't like me, but I didn't know. Guess it was underlined.
To the east. To the Greetings. This is Big Pontiac, and welcome to the Chocolate Mountain Show. I am the holder of the infinite sacred ball game that was created by the Hero Twins, and I am that one and only Galactic Daddy-O, welcoming each and every one of you to my galactic patio that reaches from Minnesota to the universe. Well, I guess that is me. So I wanted to say good morning, guten Morgen, as the Germans would say. Thank everybody for coming out. I appreciate it. Jamar 3224, thank you for coming out. Dr. Sinister, thank you for coming out. And James Gann, I appreciate you coming out. Thank you. I guess a couple things, and this information is going to be a little low. It's going to be a little low, or a little old, I mean. But like, did anybody watch the fight last Saturday? Do you know how late that fight came on? I mean, that fight came on. I mean, for you East Coast people, I felt sorry for you because I don't think it ended till about 1 my time. So that was super. That fight for you East Coast people, I felt sorry for you because I swear that fight did not start till what, 12:10? That fight was super late. My man Siova, the technician, thank you for coming. And so I felt sorry for y'all. Yeah, that fight was super late. Entertaining fight, but super bad timing. I guess for the people on the West Coast, it wasn't so bad, but for most people, that fight was super late. So, I enjoy all sports, and you see the Eagles won the preseason game with a field goal. He missed the first one, and it seemed like the quarterback fumbled on purpose to give them a chance because they bet on these preseason games. If y'all didn't realize that, they bet on the preseason games. There's lines on the preseason games, even though the games technically don't count, but they count when you bet on them and you put your money on them. So the Eagles end up pulling it out. I don't know. It's interesting with the Olympics. And let me, while I'm thinking about this, let me remind y'all, the Olympics are fixed too. Don't think that's pure sport. The Olympics are fixed too. And the biggest fixed race was the American winning the 400. Did you see the one dude who should have won the race slow down? I mean, he slowed down. Matter of fact, both of them, the silver and the bronze medalists, both kind of slowed down. How you gonna win a race when you all off back? When you run and you're running the fastest you can, everything is working up and down. You ain't struggling. This dude was struggling. His stride was all like this. It's no way that you're running your fastest when you all like this, all off momentum, all off stride. It's no way that you're the fastest like that. You get faster by your mechanics being smoother. That's how you get faster. And so that was definitely a fixed race for the American. Yeah, that was interesting. Now they said Noah Lyle. They, if you watch the semifinal, he had a mask on, and I remember asking my wife, like, why does he have a mask on? So they said that he had COVID, but more than likely it was fixed, and they didn't want him to win. Because think about it like this: all this stuff is bet on. Even the Olympics, every match, every race is bet on. So obviously he lost on purpose. He lost on purpose. And they used the COVID as an excuse. Because all of it's fixed. The break dancing, I mean, the girl danced good. The girl from Japan danced good. And that's interesting. You know what Paul Mooney said? Everybody wants to be a nigga, but nobody wants to be a nigga. That's what Paul Mooney said. And that's, I was wondering, the finals in the breakdancing was, women's was a chick from Lithuania. This chick is wearing a wave cap. Where do you get a wave cap in Lithuania? Do you think the little corner store in Lithuania sells wave caps? Where she can just go down there and be like, hey, I want that wave cap right there. Again, I guess some people call it culture vultures, but it's like, and isn't it funny that nobody from New York One, the break, the breaking, the break dancing. Isn't that funny? Nobody from America won it. These foreigners that, again, this, breakdancing comes out of America. And I will admit, a lot of it is based on some of that Russian dancing. You can't deny that a lot of the Russian dancing is breaking. But isn't that funny how, no American was in the break dance? Now, I don't know about the men. I only saw one man, and I saw mostly the women dancing. But isn't that funny? Somebody from Japanese that's dressed like our culture. The Lithuanian wearing a wave cap is dressed in our culture. Now, I guess you can get a wave cap off Amazon, so that's probably how she got it. But how many people do you think, if you went to Lithuania, how many people do you think you would see wearing a wave cap? Do you think that's average Lithuanian hanging out? Do you think that's a style there, wave caps? I don't know, y'all. This shit's funny to me. I don't know. It's funny to me. They let him on. Yeah, the day before. If you watch the semifinal, when he comes into the room, he's wearing a mask. So when he ran the semifinal, apparently he had COVID. And they said that he had COVID afterwards. You see how dramatic they was after the race. They had to help him out and everything. The breakdancing, corny as fuck. Definitely corny. It's definitely corny. And it's like, come on. What did Chris Carter say? Come on, man. Somebody that started, break dancing in 19, what did they break dance? 79, 80, 81. And yet you have no one from that generation in the final, especially a woman. It's like no American women break dance anymore. And it ain't like it used to be where motherfuckers be at the parties breakdancing and shit, You don't see that anymore. And really, if you look at it, it's a played out dance. Really is. But you see these other cultures are keeping it alive. And we know how much the Japanese have copied American culture. I mean, again, everybody wants to be a nigga, but nobody wants to be a nigga. They just want our culture. We come with the clothes and the smoothness. Remember what Richard Pryor said, a brother walking through the woods and here comes a snake and, we have to sidestep it. Snake. I mean, there's a smoothness about brothers. When the book comes out, The Soul of Black Folks, it's a smoothness about us all. And the world tries to copy our smoothness. I mean, I remember my sister-in-law wearing, when she was a senior in high school, they were wearing shirts backwards. They were wearing shirts backwards, inside out. And what do you think you saw in the stores not shortly after that? They was having shirts backwards with the tags in the inside, but the shirts was inside out. So that's what they do. They send social scientists out there to copy what we're doing, and then they try to make money off it. I mean, and like the music industry, you look who controls that. I mean, I've talked for years, the Jewish faith people control pro basketball. The first organized leagues in America was by them, so they feel they have every right to own it, even though they don't play it. But they feel that they own pro basketball. That's why the last two commissioners been Jewish faith. Sterling and the other cat that loved Michael Jordan, that end up helping Connie Hawkins, David Stern. Now, I don't know if Kennedy, I think that was his name, Walter Kennedy. I think he was the original. O'Brien. It was O'Brien and I think Kennedy, but O'Brien. So he's probably Irish, but it's hard to say with them folks. And so we just see a nation, a world, that loves what we bring to the table, as far as carrying yourself, our style. But yet when it comes to us, it's like, why do they hate us? Why do they hate the melanated folks? That makes no sense. Like, why do you hate melanated folks? And that's what the world screams. You go to some of these countries like China, they making blackface toothpaste and blackface this and blackface that. And when really we know that the history of China was started by African people, melanated people. And then we have one of the Chinese emperors that went down and did the Yakub. That's the first country to do the Yakub, is to, get lighter skinned people, lighter skinned people, lighter skinned people together. One of the emperors in China did that. And now what's the beauty standard in China? The whiter they look, the sexier they are. That's the beauty standard, is them powder white now. You can't even say Chinese or yellow people anymore. They've bred that out. That's why they're anime. Look at the anime. And I know a lot of the anime is Japanese, but look at the anime. The anime, they show themselves as being Europeans. And they try to say, well, they do the anime so that it shows everybody. But no. If you look at Japanese anime, they show themselves as Europeans. Very rarely do you see anime where the anime makes you think that these people are Asians. So I don't know. You like the girl from China? Oh man, she did some pass-throughs that was really sweet. The only brother is there was Snoop Dogg. Yeah, and you remember Snoop Dogg worked for them peoples. There's no doubt about that. Murder was the case that they gave me. Now, Minnesota passed a law that if you're part of a crime, okay, say, like, I'll give you a prime example. I know a nigga, him and his teenage son, his son was probably an older teenager, probably 18, 19, but him and his son and two other niggas was going to jack a dude. They went in the house, they couldn't find the drugs. And so two dudes took the guy in the basement, to like torture him and shit. And one of them ended up killing him. Well, they weren't very smart crooks and got caught rather quickly. And the two that was upstairs that didn't do the killing, they got life in prison too for accessory to murder. Now, this state, they turned that around. If you didn't do the crime, you're not going to do the time. I mean, you're going to do the crime up to a certain amount of your involvement, but a girl just got released for a murder. She only spent a couple years in prison. Because again, she didn't actually murder the person, somebody else did. And so, this is what, a lot of people are faced with, these kind of hard decisions. Well, the problem he's going to have, again, Camilla, I mean, the people that put her videos out that she wasn't saying she was black, soon as he got elected, what did they say? Well, oh, no. When he announced that she was running, what did he say? She is the first Asian, Indian person to be vice president. She said, I am so proud to be the first Indian, Asian. And again, caste. She was a higher caste Indian. Now, Joe Brown breaks her daddy down. Her daddy ain't Jamaican. Well, her daddy is. So the way her daddy was is you had a European, because you can find her grandfather. Her grandfather raped a island lady. But again, the Jamaicans, most of them came from North Carolina, was taken to Jamaica. So you have North Carolina people. And so her grandmother there, but her father, is listed as Caucasian too. They list them both as Caucasian, the father and the mother. So I know her birth certificate say Caucasian too. But all of a sudden she wants to, she did the same thing that Hillary Clinton did, carrying around hot sauce in her purse. Make sure to take this picture. And then somebody bust her down where they was. And she's a bust down. Let's say with Willie Brown. Willie Brown was married, yet this chick is all in his face throwing it at him. We just supposed to forget that this chick was a bust down. She's a bust down at Howard. And granted, she made lawyer, but somebody did a breakdown of the speech she gave in Wisconsin and the speech she gave in Michigan. It's the identical speeches. So this chick is like so one-dimensional that it just doesn't make sense. And she's so phony and fake. I mean, don't forget, Obama was the toughest times for melanated folks. And Obama bailed out the banks and the car companies. So she ain't for us. It'll be worse for melanated folks with this chick. We already got a taste of Trump. So it wasn't like he was a dictator then. So how is he gonna be a dictator now? Just make that make sense. They just trying to put all these fear things out there. But this chick is like, no one liked this chick. And all of a sudden, in a day or two, she raises $90 million. She didn't do her job as vice president. Now, I don't know if it's propaganda where they showed a food stamp person, one with 20,000 in food stamps, and she had about 10, 11,000 in cash on her card. Now, I don't know if that's real or not. That could very well be propaganda. But the matter is, these people are getting treated well. They're bringing these people over here who, again, they have to have sponsors. They have to be under asylum. And in New York, they say the people can vote. Some states say they can be cops. But New York says you can come here and only be here 2 days and you can vote. Now, why do you think they did this? Why do you think they brought all these people in? Jobs was tough enough. Jobs was hard as it was. And you bringing all these extra people in? See, the problem after Floyd was people demanded a living wage. And people went to the street. And that was part of Floyd, too, was demanding a living wage. Well, look how dirty these people is. We're going to raise the price of everything. You know, that voodoo economics, as George Bush called Reagan stuff, the trickle down. Voodoo economics. And then you got the man in there now that doesn't want to take any blame for recession that he caused. Because that was their answer. That was their answer. Now they talk about Trump wants to get all these companies tax breaks. Okay, when he gave them tax breaks, the prices was down. The products weren't as expensive as they are now. So that was, you know, I don't know. I don't know, but I kind of do know. And my wife gets mad because they just blindly follow. Like my wife just blindly follows this chick because she's the Democrat in the next in line. Not looking at any real policies or what she's achieved. She's achieved nothing. They found out they quit putting her on stuff because they found out she couldn't do nothing. Wasn't she supposed to be the czar of them coming through Mexico, the immigration? And all of a sudden she's not there. They got her, doing that fake pearl, the fake moon thing. They bust her out. And that's why I was like, oh, y'all ain't wearing them pearls and chucks now, especially after Afghanistan. That shit died quick. So what do you think's going to happen? I don't know. It's some evil people in the world. And there's some ineffective puppets. And she's, you would think that with Biden being so the way he is, that you'd have a vice president that would just take over. Whereas obviously she didn't take over nothing. That's obvious. She didn't take over a damn thing. L. Moore Amaroon Khan, also known as L. Doesn't. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Yeah, he say Sly and Nick broke her down. Yeah, but even her mama's Indian. But them Indian folks, where's this picture I got? Let me see. I got this. Let me read this off to y'all. I was showing this shit yesterday. Hope it don't take me. I get on camera. Let me see if I can find this. Oh, here we go. All right. Now this is, I know it's going to take a second for the lights to, there we go. Anyway, this article says, it shows the Nordic, it says right here, white or Caucasian group. You've got, blow it up a little bit for myself, Nordic race, Scandinavia, Northern France, Germany, Belgium, Holland, and Great Britain. You have the Alpine race, Central France, Switzerland, Southern Italy, Germany and Czechoslovakia and Hungary. The Baltic race, Finland, Russia, Prussia, Poland. You have the Mediterranean race, Iberian Peninsula, Southern France, Italy, Southern Balkan. Mediterranean race, you have North Africa, Near and Middle East. You have the Diaric race, Alps, Balkans, Asia Minor. You have the Armenians, Caucasus, Asia Minor. You have the Indo-Iranian race, Persia, Afghanistan, Western Himalaya. And then you have the Erothoric race, which is Ethiopia and Somaliland. Do you hear me? People from Ethiopia and Somaliland are considered Caucasian. I mean, I think on the internet you can find a brother that comes from Africa and he's like, I was trying to, I want to be called black. Big Stank, thank you for coming. So, now it's funny, in this, they don't even say American. In this, the black races are Negro Sudan, Congolian, Neolithic race, which is Sudan, Uganda, Melanesian, Southeast Asia, so Vietnam, Vietnamese people. Then you have Pygmies, which are Congo, Southeast Asia. You have the Zongan race, which is East and Southeast Africa. You have the Australian group, where most of the people come from. Then you have South Africa. No mention of at all of the American Negro. And then the Mongolian race is American Indians are considered Mongolians. All right, American Indians. The Negro's nowhere in this list. The American Negro is nowhere in this list. American Negro definitely ain't under the Caucasians. And they ain't in the black or Negro group. Again, I don't know what year this information is from. So, so you see, we've been misled, and we have a person that's trying to benefit off of our culture again. And that's, how many times can we talk about this? How many replays are we going to get of disingenuous people? This chick is one of the most disingenuous women that ever lived. And not to say, I call Trump Uncle Imbecile, not to say that Uncle Imbecile is any better. But we've already had a taste of what he did before. And we know that there were cheating at the polls. That's why they wanted so many write-in votes, because it's easier to cheat. Remember that movie about what's his name? Lenny, the guy who was the first to fly across the ocean. There was a movie where he became president. And then when they kill him flying a plane, they make his plane fail in the air, but they show him how they were stealing the voting machines. And so, and we know what happened when Bush too became president. Remember what happened, what they did in Florida? And any y'all that's in Florida listening or ever listen, comment. They was checking people's ID. If your name matched somebody with a warrant, they was keeping you from voting. And that's called voter intimidation. It's supposed to be illegal. It was allowed during Jim Crow, but it's supposed to be illegal. But yet we had it during Bush 1. In the melanated neighborhoods, they had police checkpoints for Bush 1. And we know that Gore, what was his name? Wasn't Gore? Was it Gore? The one that won? That got rich. They gave him $1 billion for not being president. I think I'd have took that deal too. Now, it wasn't Gore. I forget what his name was, but I'd have took the $1 billion. But it was obvious that, and all the news people said he won. Then they came back in. Well, we've had, yeah. So it's been cheating on the votes. And again, because the Electoral College, we don't vote for president, and we hadn't in a long time. We've never. You had elites set up this government, and that's what's not talked about enough. Elites set up this government for the elites to always be in charge. That's who your George Washingtons and Jeffersons and all elites. And they've kept the presidency basically in this one family. Almost all the presidents are related. That's old news. I think Harding was the only one not related. Now, Clinton had changed his name because, Clinton took his stepdaddy's name. So Clinton, by blood, wasn't a blue blood. But because of his stepfather, that's real name was Clinton, that's how he got in. And that picture with Clinton and Kennedy together is no accident. There's no accidents when they purposely knew right there that he was picked to be president in the future. I think Zach Hubbard's video when he shows 9/11 and then Trump becoming president, I think, again, there's something to that. There's something to that. I think Zach is on point with that. And so this type of season is trickery. It's a lot of trickery. Well, let's see. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Here we go. Find it. Where's my man stuff at? Is this it? No, this ain't it. Because I got to go to the bathroom. I got to pee. I'm an old man. So I'm going to play a little bit of my man stuff while I go pee. I think I just have to look it up. It's not giving it to me. Okay, let's go back. It's in here somewhere. And I'll chop it up. Let him chop it up a little bit. Wow, it's that long ago since I watched it. Dang. Here it is. All right, I'm going to let him chop it up for a second.
Greetings to each and all. I'm back again, and you see the title. It's repetitive, but it keeps recurring, so I decided to stick with the subject. Beware of black identity extremist babblers. You may recognize the images there, but that's what these guys are, and that's what they're going to be called, and they are going to hurt the movement for reparations more than they are ever going to help it. That's my prediction, and it's already starting to pan out. So a lot of controversy about Kamala Harris. I want to go into that today. Now, I've been very clear that there was a lot that I disagreed with Kamala Harris, but it's a pragmatic choice that I would make if she does not choose Josh Shapiro as her running mate, and she chooses Josh Shapiro, the Jewish anti-BDS, anti-Muslim Zionist Jew. If she picks him as her running mate, I will not vote for her, because that will be a deliberate signal to Israel that they can operate business as usual. It will also shed light on Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi. Part of the deal that Kamala got with being anointed was for her to capitulate to the Zionists. And this will be another step in the takeover of the country by Zionists. They will have implanted someone at the second highest place of power. We should turn from that. There's no way that he should even be eligible. So long.
All right. Yeah, it didn't take long. So if you want to see the rest of that, that's Ancestral Productions. I might use them again if I got to pee again. So play a little bit more of it. But if you wanna check it out, it's Black Identity Babblers, Ancestral Productions. Subscribe to him. He comes out about every Sunday, so, and gives his point on how they fired Skip Bayless. Yeah, well, we saw that coming. He rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Really, I'm gonna tell you the turning point in Skip's career is when LeBron won a championship. When LeBron won his first championships, his first 2 championships in Miami, Skip was done then. Because Skip got his career based on LeBron hating. I mean, if you remember it, that's what Skip, that was his thing. He was the, always anti-LeBron. You catch what Chris Carter said? And I watched that show. It's like when Skip would get stomped on talking football, he would try to get personal. Like what he said to Chris Carter, he said the same thing to Shannon when Shannon took off his glasses. Well, Brady was better than you. Who is this he didn't even play varsity or none of that in high school. This mug was on JV as a junior. He had no sports career, yet he's an expert on sports. But yet he's an expert. And so, so he deserved. I mean, he's a culture vulture. Started wearing the Jordans, wearing a gold chain. Had Lil Wayne. You really think him and Lil Wayne got a lot to talk about? This man that spent his whole life hating on athletes because he was jealous of them. That's how he came off to me. Like he was jealous. He was jealous. Like he found his niche, and there was a lot of people that hated LeBron for one reason or another. And they was hating LeBron when LeBron wasn't even as much as a warlock as he is now. You can find how they break down what he does before the games. He always wants to show the hidden hand or the hidden hand. I mean, I've shown so many videos of that. If you just look back, he's always showing the hidden hand. He got Anthony Davis doing it. It's several others that do it too. I mean, and the boule is all about education, but he ain't had but a high school education. But the boule, sure, he got the boule on his back, the picture of the boule symbol on his back. So you see when the boule took him in, even though he didn't have the education that they preach, the boule is getting the best and the brightest. And that's what, that's what the frats are, is to prepare them to see who they're going to accept, see who the boule is going to accept. And do you think Obama was boule? And Obama was like the fakest of the fake. I mean, you couldn't be more of a fake melanated person if you wanted to. And it's more than likely this mug was born in Malaysia. Barry Sorto just completely changed his whole name. And, I ain't going to get into Michael Michelle. I'm surprised Michael and Michelle didn't run. I was real surprised. I thought that was going to be their best shot. Then they're trying to say that if Biden steps aside now, it'll take Kamala's whole term. No, it won't. It won't take a term. She could be president. It would not count as 4 years. It would give her, if she became president in 1-2 terms, she could be president for 9 years. I mean, people forget FDR was president for 12. Would have been longer if he didn't die. So she could be president for 9 years. Well, it wouldn't even be that long. She'd be president for 8 years and some months. But yeah, Skip got what he deserved. His time was over when he got personal with Shannon. Then they got a bunch of rejects from ESPN. Everybody who fired Rachel, what's Rachel's name? Redhead Rachel. They say Jimmy Butler got with. She was on Skip's show. Yeah, all the rejects they got fired by ESPN. They showing up on Fox with Skip. So nothing could save him. When Shannon left the show, people quit watching. Even though to me, Shannon played like Barkley the buffoon with his no talking self. So Skip got what he deserved. You know, I started watching Skip way back in Cold Pizza. People forget that's where he started. He started on Cold Pizza. First Take came after Cold Pizza. Cold Pizza got canceled. So Skip's first show got canceled, which was called Cold Pizza. As a matter of fact, when First Take came on, it wasn't Skip. It was Donna. It was that one dude, and then Donna Jacobs took over. And then they fired both of them. Which I didn't quite understand, but they fired both of them, and then they brought in Skip, and Skip was his early career was hating on LeBron. So I don't know, y'all. Is that entertaining? Was that ever entertaining to y'all? just LeBron hate is all you talk about is LeBron hate, and then LeBron wins, you can't hate no more. You got to change your game plan. So that's to me when Skip was done. He was done when he started talking, hating on LeBron when LeBron won. So good riddance. Good riddance to him. He got what he deserved. But it's funny how that Chris Carter video is getting a lot of play. About how he wanted to punch Skip. Because again, Skip wants to get personal. When you disagree with him, he wants to get personal. A person that never had any sports success in his life. But yet he's supposed to be, expert on sports. And I can't say people because people study sports, no doubt, but players do have a better analysis. A player, and again, we talking about fixed sports. We're talking about fixed sports. So, how much analysis do you have to do on something that's fixed? That's why they get the people that they get, because they defend the fixed sports. If you understand. They know they're fixed, but they come and defend them and talk about like they're not fixed. And that's the interesting thing that you have to know about athletes. Athletes know they're fixed. But they come out there and talk like, again, actors. They're all actors. They're all entertainers that know that the sport is fixed and know why certain things are done when they're done. I mean, just like that Ravens game tonight, the quarterback, the I don't know, 20th string quarterback for the Ravens, he fumbles. It's 14 seconds left, and I don't know is there overtime in preseason? You running a play? You running a play where he got to handle the ball and, instead of just taking a knee, play for overtime? If there's overtime I don't think preseason has overtime. I don't know. So that was obvious where they wanted the Eagles to win. As I was saying, again, the Olympics is all fixed too. That's all scripted on who wins and who loses. Like, did y'all see gymnastics where the girl got, 5th place? The girl from USC, UCLA or USC, maybe USC. She got 5th place, and all of a sudden they do a challenge. She gets the bronze. I mean, didn't that seem odd to you? If you watch the gymnastics, that the girl could go from 5th to 3rd just because they say, well, I don't think you looked at something right. Oh, so that shows you right there. It's agenda there. They wanted that girl to win that. They changed it. And the other girl was devastated. She went off like, what happened? How could they change it? That's a good point. But then, they analyze you. Well, these are the rules. And so we're able to just change it at whim. It's like the basketball game in the Olympics. The first time they wanted the Russians to win, the Americans had won the game. Chris Collins, famously, 72, my cousin, Ed Ratliff. And the game's over, and all of a sudden somebody comes from the stands and says, I think you need to add more time. And then instead of having everybody surrounding this 7-foot dude, they only have 2 little dudes surrounding him. He catches a full court throw. Well, again, why didn't you have 5 people back? He was the only threat. He head fakes, the Americans jump, and he scores, and they win. So that shows you how fixed it is. They wanted them to win because that was a part of the agenda of the global game, of making basketball global. They finally had to let him win, even though they had to cheat to let him win. I mean, think about what they did for years. Is the European leagues have been pro forever. You know, all their leagues from high school on is pro. And so America was college, was truly amateurs. And now, you know, that gets me into my next thing is revenue sharing. I mean, they cheated players so bad from my generation and the generations behind me. Cheated them so bad, and then under the guise of, well, your scholarship's worth this amount of money. I mean, think of like Lou Alcindor. Or even Magic and Bird. Let's go to Magic and Bird. What they did for pro basketball. What did Chris Webber say? You know, I can't even put gas in my car, but yet there's my jersey in there that I can't even afford to buy. So they've been taking advantage of high or college athletes. Been taking advantage. And now they got a profit share. Now they got it's like the University of Minnesota had to cut a lot of sports during COVID because football was paying for everything. And you know, that's the messed up part about Prop 40. Was it Prop 9? Is that it? Prop 9? They said that, you know, women's sports got a share in the money, even though they don't make any money. Or Prop 48, what is that called? Again, you know, I'm old man. Section, no, what is it? Section, I forget. I'm forgetting. I'm sorry. But it said that you have to share the revenue from football with everybody else, despite the female sports not bringing in revenue. It's just like the WNBA. They losing money. NBA been subsidizing them. Oh, Title IX. I'm sorry. Title IX is my point. Title IX says you got to spread the bread. It doesn't matter which sport makes the bread, you got to spread it to everybody. But isn't it funny they put where if a woman gets attacked, she can do a Title IX claim? Isn't that odd? They threw that in there. What if a man gets attacked by a woman? You think he can use Title IX? I don't think it works that way. Doesn't appear so. Doesn't appear that it works that way. So, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. But, you know, it's like the Roman Colosseum. You know, the restless people ain't going to riot when you're watching sports. You're watching the Olympics, you don't care what Camilla is doing. That if she's going to the same towns, giving the same speeches over and over again. Because that's how limited she is. I mean, you can find where, you know, you have all these speeches and it's the same thing. You see a fakeness in her. She's a person that doesn't go off script very easy either. So, and that's you know, that's everything. Politics, sports, it's all faked. None of it's real. It's all manipulated. It's all like you going to the movies. But yet they want you to live and die with this stuff. You know, live and die. Especially if you bet on games, you live and die with it. You could have your rent on the game. Y'all know gamblers. And they'll bet anything for their point, you know, of trying to win. You know, especially motherfuckers that be sick about that. I used to trip off casinos. I think casinos, unless you play craps, that's just boring as hell to be in front of a machine and hit a button. Like, I don't get that. How a motherfucker just, like the slot machines, at least you had a little action there. Now you just feed it and then boom. And you really trusting that they did the machine and calibrated right where you got a chance? You think they would really set it up like that? What'd you say? Trump is going to eat her up. Oh yeah, yeah. She's gonna cackle. That cackle that she does, that nervous laugh that she does. And they made a mistake with Biden is they over practiced him. That's why he lost his voice. His people didn't understand. And maybe they kind of sabotaged him too. We don't know. He wasn't fit to go in from the beginning. It's like Saturday Night Live used to kill Gerald Ford because Gerald Ford was always falling down. He broke his leg. Don't forget Gerald Ford that broke his leg falling. And then we got this idiot, So, and they definitely stole it. It was, you could go to all the court cases you want, but we know what they did. We know what they did with the voting. Wasn't enough that it's fixed already. They had to extra fix it. It's like, going after Harbaugh. They just suspended Harbaugh for 4 years if he wants to go back to college. Talking about, is the NFL going to suspend him? What did he do to the NFL? Why would he be suspended in the NFL? There's no cause for that. There's no cause at all from him to be suspended from the NFL. So why would he? But it's funny how they want to penalize something that's fixed. Make a lot of sense. You're penalizing something that's already fixed. Untrue. Predetermined. And yet you want to play all these, you want to look at, does the pitcher have anything on his hands? So it's trying to convince you that it's not fixed, not predetermined when we know better. I mean, the old adage is, if it's bet on, it is fixed. I'm going to say that again. If people bet on a sport, then the sport is fixed and predetermined. The mafia ain't went nowhere. You don't think the mafia can still kill people? You don't think somebody with money can still have people killed? So they control the athletes. And they control the games. Now, a game like basketball, is people going to score left and right? Look what we had with the American game the other day. They're down, and all of a sudden they make a big comeback. Steph Curry's hitting baskets. He's going to the hole. It's just not believable. What does he say? What part? What part? Your story is just not believable. What part? And that's what we see every day. We get caught. The news that they want you to hear and the emotionalism. And that's the bad thing about this election is the emotionalism that it brings up. My wife's mad at me right now because she says, I thought you were open-minded. And I was like, I am not open-minded. Even, what did he say? Even when I'm wrong, I'm right. And I feel that way. Even when I'm wrong, I'm still right. And that's what I tell her. It's like I hit her all these history facts and who these people really are. And, all this emotionalism. It was like Carmela had been one day and I put on my page on Facebook, I'm not with her. Oh my goodness, it brought people out of the woodwork. And I was asking people like, y'all ain't said nothing or like none of my stuff, but you see this and all of a sudden you got to respond to it. You got to be her defenders. And again, if you got to defend something, is it really real? Because truth needs no defense. What you know needs no defense. Experience, again, it doesn't need any defense. So, Big Baby Anderson got knocked out. Jared Big Baby Anderson got knocked out. Oh, he fought again. I did not see him fight again. Because he was talking about fighting, what's his name, from Alabama. He was talking about fighting him. So Big Baby got knocked out. Who knocked him out? Joe Big Baby Anderson. Who knocked him out? Wow, I did not hear that. Let's look that up. I did not know. Was that tonight? It was a fight tonight? Let's see what comes up. Oh, this dude knocked him out. Oh.
Buckle up.
Oh, let me say this while I'm seeing it. I went to see Borderlands last night, and let me say this. Let me give my opinion of it. If you like a shoot 'em up, you'll like Borderland. If you like constant action, you'll like Borderland. Now, if you like screenplays and a cohesive story, I don't know if you'll quite like it. But action-wise, it's a constant shoot 'em up. It's constant action. My daughter gave it a 6. My wife gave it a 4. I would say I would give it a 5. I would give it a 5. And I got to see it on the big screen. So I was really happy. I got to see it on the big screen. So I was happy. So Borderland was okay. I didn't mind it. I didn't mind Borderlands. I didn't mind it at all. It was okay. Borderlands was okay. I would say I'd recommend it. If you like shoot 'em ups, you're going to like it. Let's see here. This nigga got knocked out, huh? Damn, he offing him there. Damn, he getting fucked up here. Damn, dude is fucking him all up. Let's see. I got that shit off. Whoops, jumped on me. It jumped on me. Oh, maybe I can just... Oh, damn, look at that. He's all fucked up. He's all fucked up. God damn, he damn near got knocked out the ropes. Damn, Big Baby, you can't take a... Oh, that looks really hard. Damn, another one. Damn, with this checkered board wearing nigga draws. God damn. Damn, Big Baby, you got your ass whooped. How did I miss this fight? Okay, they just talking about it. Man, he got crushed, though. Wow, he really got crushed. Damn, look at that shot there. This nigga look like James Toomey. Don't he look like Toomey? All right, thank you for that one. Oh, is the Crawford undercard? Okay, yeah, I didn't see none of the undercard fights. That shit came on too damn early to watch any of those fights. Okay, I didn't watch that fight. I only watched the last one. Yeah, I only watched the last fight. I didn't watch any of the undercard. I didn't watch Pitbull win. I didn't watch none of that. There was something else on, so I didn't watch nothing but the main fight. And that motherfucker came on super late. Okay, yeah, James. I didn't see that one. I ain't watched none of them fights. Yeah. I just waited to the Crawford fight and then I turned it back over. I didn't watch other. I didn't see Pitbull's fight, and I think that was the fight before. I didn't even watch that one. I just kept going back and forth to see, and that motherfucking fight, man, it was so late. Because I was gonna watch it with my brother-in-law, but I was like, I don't feel like driving out there because he lives about 40 minutes away, which, you know, a big city, it ain't shit to drive 40 minutes away. But anyway, and I just didn't feel like driving 40 minutes back home at 1 something in the morning. You know, I didn't feel like doing that. But yeah, I feel sorry for y'all on the East Coast. Y'all had to stay up so late to watch that fight. But yeah, I missed that part. Thank you for sharing that. I missed that. He got his ass whooped. He deserved to get his ass whooped, though. All right, I'm in an hour. So, I'm about gear and I'm a sneakerhead. And so I'm going to show you the gear I've accumulated since you last saw me. I'm going to start with right now, my daughter turns 13 tomorrow, my youngest. So love you, dear. When I dropped her off at home tonight, I was like, wow, this is my last time seeing you as a 12-year-old. Gave her a big kiss and I was like, gave her a big kiss on her head and I was like, yeah, my last time seeing you, 12. Next time I see you tomorrow, you'll be 13. That teenager, that baby's gone. So anyway, so tomorrow's her birthday. I gave her an Apple Watch. So I gave it to her already. Gave her a watch because she broke the other one I bought her. Hey, shout out to JD Sports who just bought Foot Locker. And these are the Air Max 270s. And that's what these look like. Now, it's funny. I went to the outlet today. I bought her outfit too. I bought her Nike top, matching top and bottoms today and some Nike socks. And that shit only, a Nike sweatshirt, like brown, the matching sweatpants, and a pair of Nike socks only cost me $97. Now, these shoes at the outlet was still $160. JD Sports had them for $135. So. So you ain't even got to wrap shit. You just put it in here. And I don't really care for Under Armour shit, but this is what this isn't quite what she wanted, but I couldn't find the backpack she wanted, but I ended up getting her this one. This is 16-inch backpack. This was 65 with 25% off, so it's roughly 41, I think. What does it say here? Yeah, it says 65 here. Yeah, I think I paid. What is the receipt in here? Let's see what I paid for this shit. $42. So, got her that. Plus all the other shit I got her. Now, going right through the gear. This is one of the best licks I got this year. This was a hell of a lick. This is from Rally Sports. What does it say inside? Ebertsfield flannel. This is all wool, y'all. This is on Rally or Ebertsfield. If I went to Ebertsfield right now, this thing is $500. $500. Okay, I got this for $200. This $500, brand new. This is the newest style. 500. I got this for $200. Now, just to show you, I go everywhere. I just don't go to new stores. I go to thrift stores too. I got this polo t-shirt for $11. Polo, see, it's, this is secondhand shit. $11. What does this say? 14, but for some reason it was just on sale for $11. Now I collect movie gear, and this comes from the Bike Riders. I don't know if y'all saw the Bike Riders movie, but the motherfucker at the movie theater gear. I was thinking they was glass, but these plastic. So I like paraphernalia. It says Vandals. Those of you know Chicago gangs and shit. Now, when I was in North Carolina, I found the bottoms, and I paid roughly $20 for the bottoms. And I found the top here. I only think I paid about $30 for this. My son don't like matching shit. I don't really give a damn. I don't care. I like matching shit. So I think I got these bottoms because it was 54 and you got 30% off, 40% off last week, 30% off. Yeah, this was roughly 20 something, I think. Now, I went into, I like polo clothes. I have a lot of polo things, but the quality of polo, especially the sweatpants, compared to Nike, you can't match. Now, polo polo jackets and polo hoodies, very high quality, not sweatpants. Their sweatpants are just good. So, got the top and bottom to that. I buy 2-3 pair of shoes almost every week. And so I've been looking at these. And I still think I got a little taxed because this is open box and the shoes was 160. I should have bought the shoes when they was 40% off, but I bought them when they was so they were showing 169. This is open box. But these are the Air Just Forces. So I got these and I got taxed. I paid 118 for these. StockX, if you bid on them, you might get them a little lower, but it's a suede shoe. I'm gonna spray them tomorrow. Rugged. I really like this bottom though. That's kind of why I bought them, from that bottom. Really like that. So I'm kind of, I don't know. I might take these back. I don't know. Seats in this motherfucker. What did I pay for that jacket? Wasn't that bad. The shoes cost the most. Yeah, 20 something for the jacket. So now I was able to I bought these. These are the whatever they're called. Oh, these are the Space Jam or something. And they're made out of like the old original Nike sweatsuits was made out of this kind of stuff. Nylon, I guess. And I just ordered the top. And I got these pants. Let's see. Give the price. 64 with 40%. No, I got these pants. I got these pants for $38. I got these for $38. Now the top, I just ordered the top. I found the top at Dick's Sports. The top cost me $80, I think. So I got some of the yoga gear. I forgot to bring the hoodie out, but this is the yoga stuff. I don't really like the tech stuff, but this is the yoga, and I got the top and bottom. The top and bottom were pretty cheap. It says 36. So I probably got these for about $20. The yoga pants, and I got the hoodie. So the whole outfit was less than 50 for sure. Now, if you remember, I got the top to these in North Carolina for $27. I did get taxed for these. I had to pay $100 for these, but I got the top to match these because I got the top in South Carolina in Myrtle Beach, and I only paid $27. These did cost me $100. So. Now, these are called Nike Terminator, and I must say, I love these Terminator shoes. The Terminator shoes are more comfortable than the Air Force One. I don't know what better tech is in these, but they are a lot more comfortable to wear than the Air Force Ones. I'm really starting to like these. And what I loved about the shoe, again, these ain't Air Force Ones, these are Terminators. I love the suede, the nubuck, mixed with the leather. I mean, if you look at artistic, this is a beautiful artistic shoe. And these off the Nike app were 40, 50 bucks maybe. I think I got these for 50 bucks off the Nike app. But I really enjoy wearing these. These are a lot more comfortable than the Air Force or the Air Jordan ones, excuse me. Now, moving right along, Yeezys are at the outlets. I don't know if they're at your outlets, but the Yeezys is at my outlet. And these are the Yeezys QNTM. These did hit me 120. I paid 120 for these. And there's nothing that looks like these. Now, being able to hoop in these, I say doubtful. The one thing I wonder is in time, because what you have is a piece of nubuck over this fabric, but I just wonder in time will that wear. But far as they look, I mean, and these hit, I did pay 120 for these. But super comfortable. That bounce stuff or whatever they call it, super comfortable. Now, I found these in the recycled pair, and these are called Women's Air Force One OGs, but these were called Carolinas, and these are truly Air Force Ones. But as you see, even though they were in the refurbished, and this is a man size 13, which is women's size 14 and a half. So lucky to get these. They, a lot of people probably didn't get these. And as you see, I haven't worn these yet. But these are Air Force Ones, and I don't imagine they're very comfortable. I don't think they're comfortable as a Terminator, but a sweet looking shoe. I mean, look at that. That's sweet. And I think these are called the Carolinas Air Force Ones. These were $69. $69. And they were in the refurbished section. These are called Hot Step Air Terra. I think this is the Drake collaboration. I've been looking at these, and I think I still paid 100 for these. Well, it was like 80. I paid 80 for these. Yeah, 80 for these because they wanted 120 and it was 40% off. So around 75 or 80s for these. But I think these are the Drake collaboration, I think. Very comfortable. And these are the Yeezys 700s. Ah, there it goes. And if you like comfortable shoes, these are super comfortable. I mean, these are super, and they're a nice slip-on. Then they give you the shoe, whatever they're called. Nice slip-ons. I mean, these are comfortable. These are comfortable. I think I showed these already. As I said, I love the Terminators, and I think I showed these already, though. I love these Terminators. These way more comfortable, but I think I showed these before. And again, only about $60 for these. And I showed these already, but just to show you, these ain't really comfortable. Even with my insoles, they ain't really comfortable. I don't know what they put in the Terminators compared to what they put in these. So. And I got a bunch of them totes all around the house. So that's the latest haul that I wanted to share with everybody. That's the latest haul. You know, I am a sneakerhead. I love clothes. Can't say I like wearing suit and ties. When I played college, I was forced to wear them every game we had, every away game especially. We had to dress up. Sometimes when I coached, I wore suits, but I just not a suit and tie. I like sweats. I like hoodies. That's what I like to wear. Sweats and hoodies and jerseys. And I go back to my first jersey being the Dick Buckus and Lynn Barney jerseys. 51 and 20. Those were my first jerseys. And I think that same winter I had a Detroit Lions winter coat. I remember I had a sweet Raiders jacket. Must have had this jacket in 05. I think I bought it in 05. And I was driving to a game, barbecue sauce on my Whopper, and just big gob of sauce went on that coat. And it kind of ruined it. I could never get the spot out, even though it was a black coat. So, I've always been, about gear and stuff. I must have here 5, let me see, 1, 2, 3. Say 1, 2, 3. I have like 4 closets, three closets full of clothes, just full of clothes. So now it's like finding where to put the shoes. Cause like this tote I got behind me, I've got 1, 2, 3 here, 1 in that room and this. So I must have 5 totes. And that's not including all the shoes in the garage, all my older shoes. And that's not including all my older shoes that's still in storage. When you go out and you see a pair of shoes and you forget, older shoes. I saw a dude, wearing an older pair of LeBrons, and I forgot all about I had that because the shoes was still in pretty good shape. I just wore them all the time. And I was like, wow, I forgot I had those. And I think, my history of sports and shoes, I have every right to wear whatever I want to wear, if you dig. Some people may look at it as like, you're living your childhood or when you was young. Not at all. I've dressed like this basically my whole life. So why? Because I'm older, I should change. I like what I like. And I've been a sneakerhead since I was a little boy. I mean, Red Ball Jets, Beta Bullets, Converse Coach, Converse All-Stars, Canvas Pro Kids, Suede Pro Kids. What do they call that Adidas? The Adidas All-American? The nylon ones that Jabbar wore? What is the cons called? I can't think of what the cons of Magic and Bird wore. I wore a pair of them. We called them Dr. J's because Dr. J was the first to wear the star in the check. So we called them Dr. J's. And again, Nike didn't come in until 76, 77. Some of my teammates, they wore Nikes. I started off with Pro Kids and I ended the season with Pro Kids. I was kind of Was that my junior year? Yeah, my junior year I had Pro Kids and I switched to the Dr. J's. Big mistake. The Pro Kids, it was leather Pro Kids, a much better shoe than the Dr. J Attacks or whatever they're called. So I think I have every right to wear those. And so, it's a hobby. Like my mother's not working, she's retired. She's like, going shopping is her hobby now. Well, it's kind of a hobby for me. I'm a sneakerhead, I'm a sports enthusiast. And I love the twins, that goes into the Hero Twins. So, Nikes are too narrow. Oh, you wear sweats every day? I don't know. Well, I'll say this. This is what you see with the LeBrons. Well, basketball shoes in general, they've made them more narrow. Even though this is a track shoe, I don't have any LeBrons in here, but even though this is a track shoe, basketball shoes are starting to be made like this. Like if you go to the GT cuts, the Wemby the Wemby shoes, they're all more narrow like this. Now these might be 14s because I can wear 13s and 14s. Especially with insoles. So now with I'll say this, with the Jeezy shoes, get a size up. Get a size up. Because the one pair I have, what are they, the 350s? The 350s I have, all the Yeezys I just showed, all of them are 14s because they run small. Now the Yeezys, the 350s, is that what they're called? Let me see. Oh, the 380s. These are called 380s. Super comfortable, but they run small, but you might be able to get away with it because of the material. The material is super stretchy and super light, and super comfortable. Now these are now $70. I paid $100 about almost a month ago, but now these are $70 with the different colors are all $70 if your outlet carries them. Because all Adidas outlets wasn't given the Yeezys. So I don't know. I don't really find that Nikes are too narrow. Now the ones I can't wear that are super narrow are Reebok. Now I love the Reebok Answer. I think it was the Answer 3. The patent leather blue is what I had. I don't think I had the 2s. I didn't like the ones. I thought those were an ugly shoe, but I think I had the Iverson 3s that was in the patent leather. Those was really comfortable. They had the Hexalite, I think, in them. Now, the first Hexalite shoe I had was the Shaqs. And the Shaqs weren't as narrow and a great shoe. A great shoe. The Hexalite, the Shaq had in his shoe, Iverson shoes was made out of the same thing. But those shoes were super comfortable. Now, I think if I remember right, I wore them out pretty quickly, though. I think that's the only knock I had on them. But on the other hand, that's like the Jordan, Jordan 11s? Jordan 11s, how quick they wear out. I think it's 11s or is it Jordan 12s? Because the ones I just bought in the last 6 months, I'm like looking at the toes. I'm like, oh, I remembered, because some of them you pay a couple $100 still. They wear out where they wear out. The old shoes wear out in the toes, and these new ones seem to be, there's a lot of stress in the toes. So I find I can't really wear Reebok. I find them too narrow. I had the John Walls. That's, I'll tell you, how long ago the last Reeboks I bought. And yeah, they was kind of pinching. I should have went 14s probably. But they were comfortable. I'll say those original John Walls were pretty comfortable. And that's when I was fighting plantar fasciitis. Now, one bad thing about plantar fasciitis is new shoes can hurt you. New shoes can give you plantar fasciitis. That's just a fact. That's one of the causes of plantar fasciitis is wearing new shoes. So that's why when you get the shoes, break them in, you know. And plantar fasciitis literally feels like a knife is sticking in your foot while you're trying to walk. So I don't know. I don't know if like these I don't know if these Terminators are, you know, they seem to be a little wider, but the Lukas, the Tatums, all the GTs, they do have a more narrow toe. And even LeBron's. Like I got LeBron's what do they call it? Grandma's couch. I got them in 14s. You have flat wide feet, so Reebok and New Balance work for me. Now, I was reading an article, you know, one time James Worthy got the biggest shoe contract before Jordan. You know, again, he's 2 years old. He's my age. James Worthy's my age, so he's 2 years older than Jordan. And James Worthy signed with New Balance. And I'm going to see because they got an all-white pair of New Balance. I think they're sold out of the all-blue pair. But the all-white basketball shoe, I want to see if they have because the ones James Worthy had, I hooped in one of my semi-pro leagues outdoors, and those shoes did like what the Kobe's Crazy Eights did. They are not the Crazy Eights, but the one the all shell. They mold to your feet, and the Kobe's mold to the top of your foot and the bottom of your foot. I forget they're in the closet, whatever they're called. But those shoes mold, but those original New Balance back in 1987, the summer of '87. Worthy shoe, the insoles molded to your feet. It was really a great shoe. And I only paid back then, I think I only paid 50, 60 bucks for them. But I played with them all summer. And they held up really good outdoors, you know, for those of you that play semi-pro in the summers and play outdoors specifically. I mean, you know, shoes can take a beating if you play outdoors a lot. That's why, you know, back in the day, you didn't see a lot of dudes playing outdoors in Jordans. You know, tear them up. You'd wear the cheaper shoes. I don't know if I really feel like getting any debauchery, you know, other people's misery. Should we laugh at other people's misery? I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. And then just talking about niggas, I just don't get that. I don't give a fuck what another nigga does. I don't count another nigga's pockets. I just don't care that much, you know? Some people get caught up caring about what other niggas is doing. I just ain't like that. I don't care. And I just don't, to me, that ain't entertaining. Mitzi McCall, comedian performed with Ed Sullivan. She died. Okay, I don't think my audience would know who Mitzi McCall was. But she died. How old was Mitzi McCall? She was 93. Oh, shit. Okay. So they probably killed her for the Olympics. I don't remember this chick. What did she play on? Okay. Who did she play? Voiceover actors voicing characters in the Flintstones. Who was she in the Flintstones? Was she Betty? Okay, I don't show a younger picture. Okay. So I don't even know who this chick is. I don't know who Mitzi McCall is. Memory of athletes who died in 24. They trying to show you the sacrifices. Well, they say here Cardinals Marvin Harris Jr. denies signing breached alleged Fanatics contract. So he signed with Fanatics. And then, you know, Fanatics will make a shirt. And one shirt, I mean, this is how dirty they do you. They'll come out with a Fanatics shirt, and then they'll turn around, and it'd be the same shirt but have Nike on it. So you see, they're made at the same place. Like the new uniforms are made, I think, by Fanatics. The Major League Baseball uniforms are made by Fanatics. They just put the Jordan on them. Let me see. Fanatics, they filed a lawsuit against Harris, alleging the former Ohio State breached an agreement to provide the company with autographed trading cards, partake in promotions. He has claimed the original deal was struck between Fanatics and the official Harrison Collection, a company selling autographed Harrison memorabilia. The Harrison Collection does not represent Harrison. The deal company struck with the Harrison, let's see, selling autographed memorabilia was actually signed by his father, Marvin Harrison. So didn't they say Marvin Harrison killed somebody? So his father was scamming on his son. I never requested, nor did I even sign my document that personally obligated me to do anything concerning their agreement, said in a sworn affidavit. Okay. His father, blah, blah, blah. Two sides also disagree whether Harris was paid by them. Yeah, that's not hard to find. That is not hard to find if he's paid by them or not. That is not too hard to find. Let's see. What does it say? 13 times TV characters were killed after their actors died. Oh, wow. Wow. Who is this dude? Let's see. Oh, okay. Promises. Oh, Adam West. They killed his character on The Simpsons. Okay, I don't think nobody care about this shit. Promises. So I don't think nobody cares about some of this shit. I don't really care about it. That's why I ain't sharing it with y'all. I'm just seeing if there's anything. You know, I be studying, what is it? What is this shit called? I be studying about cubics and shit like that. Physics. I be studying that shit. And I wonder if, let me see. I did find something interesting. Let me see if I can bring this back up. I did find something interesting. I don't know if I'll get hit for showing this or not, but it's kind of interesting. Let's see how far back, if I can find it. Let's see. Because we were talking about dancing and shit. Let's see. It's going to be back, so it's going to take me a second to find it. I don't know if y'all hip to this shit. And like, dancing is nothing new. I mean, you look at dancing, and it is nothing new. Like I mentioned before, breakdancing ain't nothing but a part of the Russian dancing. Let's see if I can find this black and white. I should play this. I wonder if I get in trouble for playing this. I'm going to play a little bit of it. This shit's kind of funny. Okay, I don't know if y'all hip to this, but this is some shit called Reefamania. Y'all ever saw this shit? Reefamania. This is how people act when they on weed. They getting high and shit. So he's like, hey, let's go smoke a joint. Look, he goes in the closet and smokes weed like nobody can smell it. Weed, look. He hitting it. Don't it look like he hitting crack? Look at them. They killing the weed plants. Look, dude got a weed roller. Look how long ago they had weed rollers and shit. Shit was made out of hemp, though. She's like, don't smoke that cigarette. Fire this doobie up. Look at her. Now they look like she just hit some crack. Oh, look, they smoke weed. Now they want to make out. She fires up her joint. Now he's like, well, let me hit it. Look at her. She wants to get it on now. Look at him. I mean, come on. This ain't what weed does to you. But this is the propaganda they want to show you. And this shit, y'all can look this up. It's Reefamania. Reefer Madness. Look, now these niggas is fighting. Look, this chick just jumps out the window. Let's show that again. Over weed. This chick jumps out the window over smoking weed. Over smoking weed. Look at him. Look at him. Look more like smoking crystal meth than weed. She's just playing her ass off. Smoking, playing her ass off. Look at this shit. Like it's like they showing crack behavior, but attributed it to weed. Reefer madness. I don't know if y'all ever hip to that. Hey, PJ Anderson, what's happening? PJ Allen, PJ Allen, my main man, what's happening? I don't know if y'all hip to that though. Let's see, where's my history? Okay. I'm gonna show this other cat. I forgot about it, but it's way back. I've been wanting to show this. Okay. My wife had never saw that. I saw that in school. They showed that shit when I was in school. Let's see. It's gonna be. I can't think of the guy's name. It's Jack something. I know it's gonna be way back. I watched it months ago. Promises, promises. Yeah, I know it's been about 2-3 weeks since I watched this shit. But I want y'all to see this motherfucker dance. God damn. And if you know when he was dancing, you'd be really amazed. If I can find it, I watched it last month sometime. Still ain't running into it. I know it's way back. I don't know. Maybe it's buried too far back. I'm not seeing it. I wish I could remember the cat's name. I can't find it. It's too far back. I don't remember this cat's name either. But man, I was tripping off his dance. And he was doing like modern dances. And this shit was, let me see, where am I? July 8th? It's got to be in here. I watched that shit in June. Let's see. Was a while ago. Yeah, I must have watched this shit in June sometime. Let's see. Yeah, this shit is buried too far back. Sorry, y'all. I must have watched this shit in June. It's black and white, and this motherfucker's getting down. Oh, he was getting down. And I forgot to have it set up. Where am I? What date am I on? Okay, should be in June sometime. Oh, and I was supposed to go to the mounds, and the Bear Mounds in Wisconsin this week, and was too lazy to go. And it's 4 hours away. It's in Madison. And like as much as I like traveling, sometimes it's like, man, that 4 hours in the car and then 4 hours back, that kills the day of just driving, Sometimes I don't mind driving. Like when we drove to Indiana and then drove to Michigan, where my people's from was an hour away from Indiana. So, that was a 2 hour, hour there, hour coming back. So, it's sometimes I just don't want to be in a car like that sitting. You guys can dig it. Hey, Brother Sean, what's happening? Thank you for coming. Now, is it the winter there, Sean? Are you guys winter or are you fall there? Because, damn, it was cool up here. It's about to be 57 tonight, 50-something tonight. I mean, we done had fall days. It ain't really been hot here this summer. Like swimming in my brother-in-law's pool, I swam one time. The water ain't been warm enough. When I was in South Carolina, I swam, but not here. They all swim. I don't like that refreshing feeling. I do not like cold water. And so I do not like that refreshing feeling. If I swim and I go under and come up and I still feel cold, I'll be like, nah, I ain't fucking with it. They're all swimming. Oh, because it was only 90 here for a week. I mean, that's it. We got 1 week of 90s. Like, to me, the water ain't even warm. Now, children, my daughter and my nephew, children are swimming that cold shit. They just like swimming, but I ain't jumping in that shit. Wow, I must have passed it because I don't think it was back this far. Yeah, I don't think it was early July. Ah, here he is. Okay. This is the longer version. I'm not going to play the music. But check this motherfucker out, y'all. Now, this motherfucker's from the 20s or 30s, probably the 30s. But watch this motherfucker get down. I ain't going to play his music, but watch him get down. Watch this motherfucker. His name is Jack Stanford. Look at this shit. Look at him doing the footwork. Look at this motherfucker, man. Look at that. Turn and look and go. That shit. I mean, look at his fluidness. Look how fluid he is with his moves. There's some niggas that did some of these dances too, no doubt. Look at that. Some of that was like a tap move. Look at this motherfucker. Look at that shit. Look at that. It's like the worm. He does the wave. Like that dude that was called Dr. Wave. He does the wave. Look at that dance. That was a dance we used to do right there. That looking back and forth, that's kind of a cool move. Look at this motherfucker. He killing it. I still dance like that. That's one of my moves right there. Look at that. That's like the wave and shit. Look at the way he can contour his body. He does a cross step that's just crazy, where he puts one leg behind the other, and it's like he's definitely double jointed or something. But look at these moves. Look how fluid he is with his. And you see some of the moves that they still do today. It's not very long. Right there. You see how he wrapped his leg around completely around the other leg? Now you tell me that's easy. Wow. Jack Stanford. That shit is sweet. I like that shit. So if you didn't like it, I'm sorry that I put you through that, but I liked it. So I thought it was worth sharing. Because he does the wave. He does the wave. Like Dr. Wave. So we see that it's, it's not a new dance. It's a dance they've been doing for a long time. Well, they say nothing new under the sun. Nothing new is under the sun. It's like we're and it makes you wonder, like how is it possible that all these things that are done have kind of been done before? Like, how do these dances stay through the ages? How is it that all these people move the same? Again, like I was talking about breakdancing. Breakdancing is really close to that old Russian dancing. Remember, they'd be on their legs and be like this and shit and be crouched over and one leg up and be like this, hey, hey. And then they would be on the one hand spinning on one knee. Like, watch some World War II when the Russians is winning, watch them dance and stuff. Yeah, nothing new under the sun at all. Definitely. Yes, winter's here, brother. Freezing in Mount Taranki. She has lots of snow on her, always looking beautiful. But cold as winters. Yeah, because last year we didn't have a winter here. I think like the winter before we got like 100 inches of snow for the winter. I think it was like the fifth snowiest winter of all time here, like the fourth or fifth. And some days, on the days we accumulated so much snow, it set records. We had 2 or 3 blizzards, not last winter. The winter of 23, 24, very mild. Very mild. I bet we only had 10 inches of snow, if that. maybe 20 inches at the most. But it didn't snow. I mean, it was nice. People played pickleball outdoors almost all year round last year. There's only a few days you really couldn't play. So. But this summer was mild. It reminded me of the summer of 90, before my son was born. So it must have been the summer of 92, where in Michigan it stayed 75 all summer. Never got above 85 all summer. It was a summer of staying cloudy. Matter of fact, at my old house, we had a period from May to August, we didn't have a clear sunny day. It stayed cloudy from May to August. It stayed cloudy the whole summer. It stayed cloudy. Now, it got warm even though it was cloudy, but it stayed cloudy the whole summer. We went a good 3 months without a clear day, without a clear blue, free sky day. And right now, it's going to be 57 tonight. What does it say right now? What is it right now here? It's supposed to get down to 50. It was only got 69 today. It's 56 degrees right now. 56 degrees right now. Oh, this is my other part, I guess, is the stocks. What did they end up at? What's the market end up at today? Because it fell to 2,800 a day of selling. Where are we at? S&P is down to 53. The Dow, okay. The Dow rebounded. It was a huge sell-off, and the Dow was down to 28. See this number 29 here? The Dow was down to 28, or 39, excuse me. But what is this? Friday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, this went down to 28. Went down to 28. So it was a big day of selling. Bitcoin had fell off. This has got Bitcoin in here. Let's see. Gold ain't. That's why, Oh, it jumped. See if I can get gold to come up. See, gold is held steady. 2,400. 2,400. Right now, if you got a chain that's an ounce, you should, if you have to pawn it, they generally give you half. So if you had to pawn an ounce of gold, which is 31 grams, you're going to get half of this 2,400, which is, what is that, $1,200? You shouldn't accept nothing less than 1,200 if you got an ounce chain and you have to pawn it. Now, Bitcoin was up to 65, and you see Bitcoin had lost $400 here. See that? It had lost 400. And Ethereum, yeah, now this lost. I think this was up to 15. This is one I've I've held this stock for about 10 years. Well, 15, yeah, 9 years, 10 years. And I think the highest it's got is 15, 16. But when I bought it, it was at 5. But you see, we lost more than this. It was up to 16. So with saying this is, check your 401ks. Check your 401ks for sure. Because it was a big sell-off this week. So, but they say Bitcoin lost billions. Ethereum lost billions. Oh, and silver is another one. Silver's up. If you have a pure ounce of silver, again, pure ounce, not sterling. Sterling is worth about a quarter. So this chain, I think, is 7-8 grams. I'd be lucky to get, this chain is probably 25 grams. I'd be lucky to get $10 for this chain, maybe. I don't remember how much I paid for it. I've had it since 15, so I don't remember how much I paid for it. But yeah, sterling is not worth the same as real silver. And you can get real gold. Oh, and this is what's funny is we're coming to the end of, now when my wife went to Spain, this had dropped tremendously. Now we're $1.30 on Canada, but okay, they knocked it back down. Okay, the other day this was over $1. Okay, so right now we're a little over €1, and this is because of travel right here. This is because of travel. The euro's up because of travel, or down because of travel. They want people to come to Europe, and you got all the Olympics, and the Olympics about to die, and we're never above the pound. Well, yeah, the pound is, this is what your dollar gets you. So we're okay. So we are down. Excuse me, I'm misinterpreting it. So in Great Britain, only $78, 78 cents. And I'm sorry, I misinterpreted the euro. Your dollar is only worth 91 cents if you get the euro. So when my wife went to Spain in early June, this shit was almost even. This shit was even. But look at it now that the tourist industry is dying. Now, like my man Sean, you live down under, $1.50. Your dollar's worth $1.50. So if you want to take that long plane ride, I think it's 21 to 30 hours in the air. That is no fun. That is no fun. So you can see, I wonder what do they use in Paris. But Russia, a dollar equals 88 rubles. So we're up on them. So it's for travel, but pay attention to your 401ks. Because that is you can lose a lot of bread. I remember my dad in 02, I think it was a crash in 02, and I think my dad lost about $40,000-$50,000, or maybe 80. I think now I think about it, he lost 80,000 in his 401k. Yeah, I think that was 02, 03. We had some kind of collapse back then. And so you got to pay attention. As I've said many times, you got to know where that money's going. You can't just blindly sign up for a 401k. I mean, you got all this stuff at your hands to research, research these companies. Research these companies and see where your bread is going. That's just intelligence. That's an intelligent way of using your money instead of just letting them use your money like it's nothing. You got to know where your money is going. And you're not doing yourselves any favor if you're not. I know my wife and I, after, I looked at her stuff and I'm like, I think you need to adjust this, this, and this. And we made a little money off it. Now, the sell-off, I don't think we really got hurt in the sell-off that happened this week. But again, you might have. So if I was you, I'd look at your 401ks after the big sell-off this week to see how you were affected. Did that money bounce back for you? Because really, like, what should have been done is if you followed the stock and you saw the trend of being selling, that's when you should have been shuffling your 401k around. If you pay attention to it, and most people can get the stocks on your phones, and you seeing everybody sell off, they try to tell you hold. No, if you can get rid of weak performers, that's the time to get rid of them. You seeing everybody sell off, get rid of the weak performers. Replace them with more solid companies and performers. Don't just go with what they pick. And that's too often what people do. They pick what what's given to them by the corporation or who you work with. That's not intelligent. I mean, it's okay for them to give you examples, but don't do, it's your money. See what the companies they offer. And a lot of times you may not want to put money into it unless they match it. And that's the other part. Do they match what you put in? Most companies I work for, if I put in 100, they put in 100. I know my pension used to be like that when I worked for the water department. Whatever I put in, they matched it. That's the way you set yourself up as you get older, depending on what kind of hustle you have. Because that's what life is. A job is just a hustle, or you hustling. What else do you do? What other things do you hustle? You ain't got to hustle illegally anymore. It's a lot of legal hustles. And that's the good thing about living in this day and time. Is there's so many ways you can hustle without having to go to jail. Because most people think hustling, they think crime. You don't really got to commit crime to make money anymore. Like I say, weed is legal in most states. So, and there's still people sell weed, not just go to the shops. That job's never going to go away. And now it's legal, for them to have it. I mean, I think in this state, everybody can have at least a pound, something like that. You can have up to 7 pounds in your house, I think is the law. You can travel with multiple ounces without getting any penalty if they stop you. Now, they say they want to stop you if you smoke because, brothers and sisters, they want to smoke and drive. And I say to that is like, it's not the same. And the tests show it's not the same. smoking weed and driving is not the same as drinking and driving. It's been proven it's not the same. Matter of fact, I think in some ways it heightens your awareness, makes you kind of concentrate a little more. Because sometimes when you get super high, all you really need is something to concentrate on, and driving is that. And you get super high, you need something to concentrate on. Driving is a good way to concentrate. But I've said this before, we got the troll under the bridge. There's the energy of driving that mixes the energy of alcohol, the spin. That's why you see all the crazy clover leaves when it makes no sense that there's a clover leaf there. But you see two clover leaves side by side. All that waste of money, that pork barrel money. But it's a way you can plug in. I've said that many times if you listen to me in the last years. The driving, and especially drunk driving, I'm not telling anybody to drunk drive, but I'm saying the energy of drunk driving, the energy of driving on the road is very similar. And again, the thing that feeds off the highways and feeds off the emissions is something that feeds off of that. There's a beast out there that feeds off all that. There's a beast out there that doesn't want the water clean, definitely doesn't want the air clean. Well, they call it terraforming to them. I mean, remember Jupiter rising. Remember how all those planets looked? They done, burned up and used all the natural resources. I have a couple stories. I don't know if I can, because it's kind of hard to, like, most people know the double slit theory, but physics has so much more. That's why I kind of laughed. I hear people, the double slit theory, that's all the physics they know. They don't really get into cubics and bits. It's like my main thing of bringing bits up is, right now they're saying that bits are going to take the place of oxygen. Like that the AI, which is still part of the beast, is going to need all the oxygen, and that its bits is going to need the space that oxygen takes up. Where are my freaking notes? Files, but I don't think this is my notes. This is my notes? I don't think so. Yeah. I didn't think so. Right here. First thing is my daughter's birthday list. Here we go. All right. Quantum information theorists are shedding light on entanglement, one of the spooky mysteries of the quantum mechanics. Okay, here we go. The year 2025 marks the 100th anniversary of the birth of quantum mechanics. In the century since field's inception, scientists and engineers have used quantum mechanics to create technologies such as lasers, MRI scanners, and computer chips. They are looking forward to building quantum computers, ways to secure and transfer information, which entirely new sister field called quantum information science. Quantum information science. But despite creating all the breakthrough technology, physics and philosophers who study quantum mechanics still haven't come up with the answers to some big questions raised by the field's founders. Given recent development in quantum information science, researchers like me are using quantum information theory to explore new ways of thinking about these unanswered questions. Quantum information science focuses on building quantum computers based on the quantum bit or information or qubit, which is a made-up word by Einstein. It's historically grounded in the discoveries of physicists Max Planck and Einstein. They investigated the development of quantum mechanics in 1900 and 1905. Respectively, they discovered that light exists in discrete or quantum bundles of energy. These quanta of energy also come in small forms of matter, such as atoms, electrons, which make up everything in the universe. It is the odd properties of these tiny packets of matter and energy that are responsible for the computational advantage of the qubit. A computer-based quantum bit rather than a classical bit could have significant computer advantages. And that's because a classical bit produces a binary response, 1 or 0, 1 to query. In contrast, the qubit produces a binary response to infinity in many queries using the property of quantum superposition. This property allows research to contact multiple qubits, what's called the quantum entangled state. Hence, the entangled qubits act collectively in the way arrays of the classical bits cannot. This means a quantum computer can do some calculation much further than an ordinary computer. For example, one device reportedly used 76 entangled qubits to solve a sampling problem 100 times faster than the average computer. Quantum information theory. The relative principle says the laws of physics are the same for all observers, regardless of where they are in space, how they're oriented, or how they're moving relative to each other. My team showed how to use quantum principle in conjunction with the principle of quantum information theory to account for quantum entangled particles. Well, this is a long article. I'm sorry, I only want to read a little bit, but it's in the conversation, Quantum Information Theories. So, if you're not hip to that. And the other is called, let me bring this up. Quantum Information Theory Shed Light on Entanglement, one of the spooky mysteries of quantum mechanics. And this is out of physics.org. And so this gets into a little deeper. Again, everybody, knows when, the two double slits. That's as far as most people can understand. And again, protons, electrons, they only react when somebody's watching them. So if you don't watch them, that laser could go there all day. They're not going to go through opposite slits. But what they're showing here is you put a beam and you have two magnets. And you're trying to measure the spin. You shoot a beam through two magnets. And you're trying to see the spin of the beam electrons vertically. So they're trying to make them go vertical. So the magnets orientated vertically can measure electrons' vertical spin. After moving through the magnets, electrons deflected up or down. Similarly, two magnets orientated horizontally can measure electrons' horizontal spin. After moving through the magnets, an electron is deleted either left or right. So that's, it's a little deeper than just the double slit theory that some people would spoof. Oh, it helps my concentration. Indeed. It definitely helps my concentration too. That's why, the driving thing is so cool, to be able to puff and drive. Shooting is a great time to be buzzed. Again, if you have the proper training, because, firearms training is a real thing, and go in there and what happened to the sniper? What was his name? The dude killed him on the firing range, which American Sniper, they wanted that man dead because that man was about to get offered some bread by people to be a sniper in the world. So they couldn't let that happen. So the U.S. government took him out. If you think that was a haphazard and just, the guy went crazy and just shot him. No, that was a hit. That was a total hit on that man because they were afraid of him. They was afraid of what that man could turn into. So they probably couldn't control him. He was probably getting calls to be, work for all these governments to take out people. And that's usually what they let a person like that become a spook. And then he's hitting people. And again, it could have faked his death and let him, he could be doing that very thing right now. He could be assassinating people around the world. And, right now in world politics, we're still waiting to see if Iran is going to attack Israel or not. So it's a decent trip away. So it's going to be interesting. And we already know that America is sending shit over there already. The aircraft carriers is all over there. So you don't think America is going to protect them, even though they struck Iran with American technology and American equipment. So that's going to be interesting if we get a response. Again, I don't want anybody to get killed. It's like, do you know how many civilians got killed in World War I? How many civilians got killed in World War II? Civilians. More civilians got killed in both of those wars than soldiers. And World War One, I mean, what was it? One battle, Versailles, was 400,000 people got killed, which is insane. Who keeps sending all those people in? You know, who keeps sending all those people in? Like if you ever watched the movie Hamburger Hill, you gotta look at both sides as cooperating with each other. The Vietnam War was really the first war where they didn't try to take land. That's why when people say that America lost the Vietnam War, that's untrue. America did not lose in Vietnam. America had two objectives: to save South Vietnam and stop communism in South Vietnam and stop the North Vietnamese from taking over. They did that. Never had a logistics problem. Never had a logistics problem other than when they them fucked up M16s, when they switched from the M14 to the M16 or the ARs. When they first came there, they weren't suited for jungle fighting, where you had that other gun that had 30-30s. Then they're telling you to take a, I think it was it 226 or is it 556, something like that. When you had a 30-30. But Hamburger Hill is a perfect example how they both wasted people. General Gee was wasting his people just as much. He had I think he lost to 1.2 million soldiers and 1 million people, 3 million people, civilians got killed in Vietnam, something like that. When the French were in Vietnam, the French were in Hanoi. That was the French capital. All we did is bombed Hanoi. We never sent troops over there. And that's the strategy of war, is to take another's capital. You take the other country's capital. That's what you do. When Lee and them and Grant and all them went into Mexico, they went to Mexico City. The Mexican-American War of 56? They went into Mexico and went to their capital and took their capital. But you got Vietnam where they just bombing. Never sent troops into the north. So who does that kind of thing? Who doesn't send troops in to attack them on their ground? They sent small, in the DMV, they sent small squads to attack that shit. But they didn't do a major landing there. You know? So it was corporations making money. Acceptable loss is what they call it. Acceptable losses. But the home country is the one that suffers the most. I mean, people, you know, those out you listening, and you don't remember Vietnam, you're not old enough. I mean, do you know what it's like to graduate and you're poor and can't go to college? And you know, they used to do, I've said this many times, they used to do the draft on TV. So your parents could see if your birthday was called. They pick a thing, and if your birthday came on that day, you getting a letter. And unless you was enrolled in college, you wasn't getting out of that shit. Like when Ali, you know, the problems Ali had is when Ali couldn't read or write. So when he first tested, they said he was too stupid to go into the army because he couldn't read or write. Then they changed it. They finally, hey, we got too many people can't read, so we need, we need to reclassify all these people because there's a lot of dumbass people in America. We need to reclassify them. You dig? But you know, I mean, think about your own self. What do you think it's like? You know, you get out of high school, and I knew some dudes in the early 70s that these dudes graduated in June. They was getting letters by August. They was getting them letters and had to go to camp. And, you know, camp was only, 8 weeks? And then you go into Vietnam. You think 8 weeks is long enough to teach you how to kill? How to strategize? How to set up? I mean, so, and there was a song called 19. The average age of the Vietnam combat person was 19. So this, you know, when you know, all these young brothers talking shit about baby boomers, this is what baby boomers went through. Baby boomers was definitely sacrificed. And, you know, there was a lot, what do they say? You know, in the rear with the gear, a lot of Europeans didn't have to fight. But a lot of them did. A lot of them did. I mean, Brothers was on the front line. What they got me on the front line? That's, Stevie Wonder song. And that's real. A lot of brothers was, compared to our population, a lot more brothers was doing combat. And just like the Civil War, they did battles like where my ancestor got killed. His name is my son just went to DC or Boston, and my great uncle got killed in the Civil War, rushing Fort Wagner, which they never took it, so they knew it was a suicide. There's another battle in the Civil War where they're down in a gully and they keep sending niggas, and niggas keep getting massacred. So you think they trying to win, or they trying to just kill these people? Their own people trying to kill them. They're sacrificing them to see if they can do it. I mean, you look at Gettysburg, Pickett. You telling people to march across the field with live cannon fire. Who does that? Not when you're trying to win. And so we see from all wars that, the same people pay for the both sides. We know the Rothschilds paid for both sides of World War I. All the bankers paid for the same sides of World War II. We know Henry Ford invested heavily in Germany. And I've said many times, Henry Ford's factory only got broken windows. His factory was never bombed. You watch a Band of Brothers. Towards the end, they talking about we got to get these steel factories back going. Ford was one of them factories. That's way too far for us to travel. What do you think? I was talking about that earlier. I don't know. I think it's like the part I don't like about Kamala is her fakeness. I mean, after she was elected, she was talking about as she was an Indian American, Asian American. Nothing about being a brother or sister. But now she wants to take pictures with the hot sauce like Hillary Clinton. We saw Hillary Clinton do the same thing, like taking hot sauce out of her purse. I mean, all these things. And it's the same thing. Obama was the worst president for melanated people. I mean, the worst, other than Jim Crow. Obama was the worst. And, Obama was the worst for the world. Because Obama did what them Bushes did. And people forget, Obama was trained by the Bushes. His whole education, his whole makeup was from the Bushes. He amplified what the Bushes was doing. Because the Bushes was the first to just snatch people under that terrorist thing. Putting all these black sites around the world. People just disappearing. And they eavesdropping on them. Hey, let's go get them. Guantanamo Bay. That's Obama shit. So this is another replay of Obama. So if she does get in, it's going to be, dread for the melanated people. Because she has to show them that she's not going to do shit for the people. And we know who her husband is. So how do you think she's going to handle Palestine? And Trump is the same way, his son-in-law. So how do you think he's going to handle it? So whoever's elected, Palestine is going to be fucked, no matter which one, because both of them got allegiance to them peoples. Both of them got allegiance to them peoples. So Palestine's fucked either way around. I heard a general say you got to go in there and take it all, and then keep a small army in there to police it. That's trying to get them people out of there. That's why America has just stepped back. It reminds me of Rwanda, where the United Nations could have stopped. They had the technology to stop the genocide. And American and the United Nations just let the genocide happen. They just let it happen. What Michael Jackson say, they don't care about us. So no matter who gets in, I mean, I think Trump is going to be better for all the people. Carmela is definitely not going to be better for the melanated people. She gets in for 8 years, it's going to be dread. It's going to be dread for the melanated people. Because she's got to show them that she hates melanated people the worst. Saw this posturing, hot sauce. Again, we saw Hillary do it. Showing pictures of her dancing. Look at that picture up of her and Willie Brown. Let's see. See if I can find something like that. Not here, though. I want it down here. Let's see if we can find this. Ah, there he is. I wonder if I can find the pictures of him. Let's see if I can find the pictures I want. Because I got pictures of Willie Brown with Carmela. Let's see. I might have to do a... Let's go back. Let's see. Did they put it here? Because there's a picture of him and Carmela that I wanted to show. And, okay, let's start again. Okay. All right, let me put it in. I ain't know how to spell her name. Let's see if some of these will pop up. All right, so this is who she was a bust down for. Willie Brown. No, not him, not him, not him. Let's go. Look at the two of them. Look at the two of them. Where's that picture of her leaning on him, though? She's leaning all into him. But this is who she used to bust it down for. This is who catapulted her career. And then Martell Williams. Let's not forget her and Martell Williams. She used to have threesomes with Martell Williams. There's a picture of her doing this to Willie Brown. See, leaning in. He's straight up, as Sly would say. She's leaning in. She's doing this to Willie Brown. So that must be her thing when she takes pictures. She leans in. I don't see that picture. Oh, look at this. Look at the arm. Look at the arm. See that? He's a married man here. He's a married... Oh, this is the picture I was looking for. See if I can... Nope. Let's go back. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Matter of fact, he's kind of leaning away from her. And you telling me this is a married man. What married man, what single woman should be on a married man like this? Like that. Huh? So she was a bust down. And they say doing threesomes with Montel Williams. Come on, this is who you want to be president. This chick that we used to do threesomes with Montel Williams. This dude's married. And not only is she cheesing and shit, but this chick is, this dude is married and, she's all with it. She's with it. They're like, well, what about the man? So, this is just, just my opinion. All the Palestinians that come here, you think so? Wow. Oh yeah, she had a threesome with Montel Williams. You can, that's pretty easy to look up. She used to kick it with him. She was a groupie. This chick was a groupie. She was, hanging around people to try to get power. That's who she is. So that's my opinion. I ain't saying it's going to be great for melanated people if Trump gets back in, but you saw how it was before, and it wasn't terrible. But if she gets in, we got a replay of Obama. We got a replay of Obama. That's what we going to get. Replay of Obama. Shit going on in the street. Again, fear tactics. That's all. Man, I don't know if y'all caught, if y'all watching Doctor Who. I wanted to mention this before I forget. But if Doctor Who is kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting. It had one, I think the second episode or the third or fourth episode. Please forgive me because I don't really remember. But anyway, they showed these people. And these people, so they didn't have the virtual glasses, to give you the screen. The technology has where the screen was put in your eyes. So the screen was actually put in your eyes. So all you saw is a screen. All you saw is these panels. So all you saw is like, but you're seeing panels. Where are we going? Here we go. You're seeing panels like this. But panels where you can interact with people. So say you live, you can interact with people, you can swipe, but the panel, you're inside it, it looks like. So much so that these people can't walk without getting directions. Do you understand what I'm saying? These people could not walk. So when they left their house, they had to be told which way to go. Turn right, turn left. That's the society they was in. They didn't decide. They knew they had to go somewhere, but they didn't really know how to get there because the machine told them how to get there. And, the movie gets kind of corny because there's these giant caterpillars that killing the people by alphabet. So they're keeping the people there. Didn't seem like they were trying to harvest them. So I don't know if they just was killing all the civilization, but they would only kill the people through and I guess that was their way of not just of keeping enough food, keeping the people around, because they was only killing by alphabet. So they gave the people names and they started killing them by alphabet. So if your alphabet ain't up, the monsters ain't fucking with you. And the people don't know these monsters are around. Doctor Who has to kind of show them what's happening. But what the twist was, they rescue these people to get out of the bug world. This caterpillars is eating them. They go to their own world. These people have learned how to get a few free. That racist shit comes in. So the one girl that they saved, and this girl showed, her color. She ended up sacrificing one of her friends. She told the bugs, hey, his name is Bear, and Bear comes before a K. B comes before a K, so get him. And that's what they do. They kill the other dude and she escapes. So she was kind of crooked. But Doctor Who is the only melanated person in this episode. And so when it came time to save all the people, she was like, yeah, I'm not going with you. You're beneath me. These were people that had any skills in hunting, making their own food, no skills. And Doctor Who is telling them, you're going to die when you go out there. I can save you. I can show you how to be self-sufficient. And these people were so racist because they threw a little bit of that in there, that they refused to go with him and be saved. Instead of listening to him and being saved, they went out in the wilderness and ended up like Jamestown, starved to death. Something ate them out there. So it's an interesting show. It really is. It's very thought-provoking. It's very thought-provoking. That's the kind of stuff I like watching. Some of it's kind of, I don't know. Most of it, for the most part, is pretty good. So, let me see. I saw Trapped. I did see Trapped. Trapped was pretty good. Predictable, really predictable. Borderline is definitely predictable. Halfway through the movie, my daughter was like, such and such is going to be the chosen one. And turned out that was right. But Trap was the same way. It was a really raggedy screenplay. But the end of it was interesting. The end of it made it good. Because you come to find out that the wife kind of set the psycho. She figured out that her husband was the psycho killer, so she set him up. So I'm sorry if I spoiled it. But so I saw Trapped. I think last time I came on, I saw Deadpool. I think I talked about that. Deadpool, I don't know. Oh, let's see if we can find this weird shit. Let me see. I sent this to Tony. I think I can find this. See if y'all hip to this. This is some weird shit if I can find it. I'm gonna have to look it up. I know. No, I didn't send it to her. I sent it to Tony. Okay. Let me see if I can show this shit. Do y'all hip to this sport? Let me look this up on YouTube. I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube. Okay. Let me see if it show this shit. Here we go. Here I found this shit, I think. I don't know if they're gonna hit me for this, but I don't know if y'all hip to this shit. This is some bullshit. Are y'all hip to this? I don't know how much I can show. I don't want to get hit for showing this shit, you know. But are y'all hip to this? This is called car jiu-jitsu. Now, if y'all saw Deadpool and Wolverine, they fight in a car. All right? And this is where they get that from. They get that from this car jiu-jitsu shit. All right, here we go. These niggas get in the car. They put their seatbelt on. He's stretching out and shit. Let's see. Now, you can use seatbelts and everything. Now, watch this shit. If you ain't never heard this shit before, watch this shit. You can jack a nigga up. Look at this. These motherfuckers fighting like a motherfucker in the car. Look at this shit. You can wrap the seatbelt around him and shit, but this is where Deadpool and them get fighting in the car from car jiu-jitsu. All right, I ain't gonna show too much of this shit because I might get a strike for it. But you can look this shit up yourself. Car jiu-jitsu. You saw clips of this? Yeah, it's crazy. But that's where Deadpool and them get it from. Deadpool get it from this shit here, where these niggas go at it. So if y'all want to watch that goofy shit, you can watch it. But car jiu-jitsu. I mean, what it is like, motherfuckers was in the car one day and just like, I'm gonna whoop your ass. And they start going at it. And after they get done fighting, he's like, you know what? I think people will watch us do this. Matter of fact, I think people will pay us to do it. I was trying to describe this shit to people, and I just ran across and didn't really pay attention, but I watched him, and this motherfucker had taken the seatbelt. He had this nigga all choked out with the seatbelt and shit. You know how Deadpool was at the end. Wolverine had to tie him up with the seatbelt belt to make this motherfucker quit. But that's where they get it from. In the Deadpool movie, so this has been around for a long time for them, because that movie, Deadpool, some of it was shot years ago. So this is where when you see Deadpool and Wolverine fighting the car, they're making fun of the car jiu-jitsu. So this is a real sport. So if you so inclined to watch it, you just never know what you get hit for, you know. So I ain't gonna show too much of it. You want to watch it on your own. But that's some crazy shit. That's gonna be in the Olympics next, you know. But yeah, I watched that motherfucker wrap that nigga. He had his face all wrapped and had some of it around his. He had that motherfucker all in the seatbelt. I was like, damn, he fucking that nigga up. But I was trying to explain that shit to somebody. That's some hard shit to explain. It's like it doesn't really make a lot of sense when you explain it. Well, yeah, what they was doing? What in the car? Yeah, these niggas is wrestling and people watching. They taping them. I don't know, y'all. How long have I been going? Okay, 2.5 hours, probably good. It is my daughter's 13th birthday, so I'm enjoying it. 2 of my class friends got in my car downtown. By the time we got near my parents' neighborhood, these niggas started scrapping. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I don't think I've ever punched anybody in a car. Yes, I did. My fucking wife, my ex-wife had they gave her a roofie. And she had been drinking, so she had already been drinking, but then some people gave her a roofie. Somebody bought her a drink, and this dumb bitch was so drunk, she just drank it, and it made her more drunk than what she was. And they actually was probably going to kidnap her. And luckily, she was with her cousin, because she called me and was like, I'm fucked up. She didn't understand why she was so fucked up, but she got drugged by them people. And I drove down there and went and got them. And luckily, she probably, if she'd have been by herself, she'd have been kidnapped by them people. They gave her something. She was drunk, not paying attention. They come in your face being all nice, then slip some shit in your drink. And next thing you know, they're helping you walk to the car. And how easy it is to say, hey, this is my friend, and they're drunk. So luckily, but driving home, she kept freaking out on me. And so finally I had to hit her and knock her out. I had to hit her hard. Cause it was like we was on the highway, and it was like she was becoming a danger to all of us. I had to pull over and put her in the chokehold for a minute, because it's like she wasn't getting it. I'm like, look, I'm gonna leave your ass here. So get in the car and quit fighting. And finally she kept just going crazy in the car, and I knocked her ass out and, put her to sleep in the car, and that was it. She kicked off, I remember she kicked my mirror off. She bust my windshield. Because she started kicking the windshield because she was out of control. And this is how long that shit stays in your system. The next week we went out and she had some drinks, and that shit started fucking with her again. That chemical a week later was still in her system when she drank again. Made her sleepy really quick. So, but that's the only time I really had to fight in a car. I didn't really, it was mostly her, my second wife. It's mostly her I had to pop. But that was it. That's the only time I got in a fight in a car. Time to stand up. Well, y'all, I don't know if I have any more philosophizing to do. I think I philosophized myself. I guess I will give a little positive thought and a little philosophy. It's like we really live in good times and bad times all at the same time. Just as life is easier for us and there's more comforts, there's a lot more danger, because the danger is hidden. The danger is the distractions. The danger is look over there when something's going on over here. So what do they call it? The worst of times and the best of times. Me and my ex-wife traded slaps in the highway before. Bitch was crazy. Indeed. And so, as they say, this is the best of times and this is the worst of times, all at the same time. And so you have to be on top of your ebbs and flows. Karma's not really real unless you lower yourself to being karma. I've said many times that you can be above karma and karma will swing under you. And that's really why you don't even want to fuck with karma. The swing, you don't want to fuck with the swing. You want to be above the swing. Let it swing underneath you. Or if it's going that way, let it go that way underneath you. You up here watching that shit. So it doesn't matter if it swings back and forth or it swings around. You're above it. So that's why, I don't fuck with karma. I live above karma. Because I don't want to get hit in the swing. Again, I don't believe in anything. I know. My wife was like, I thought you were open-minded. No, I'm not. I'm not open-minded at all. Very close-minded. As I said, even when I'm right, I'm wrong. Even when I'm wrong, I'm still right. That's how I feel. What is it? Hard out there for a pimp? Isn't that what he says? And that's how most men are. Most men are like that. Because our point is if what we're trying to put out there, what we're trying to do, our point is more than likely correct. Even though the way we put it out may be slightly wrong. But our overall point and meaning is generally right. If that makes sense. But it does all start with each individual. It does all start with each individual. And if you don't believe in yourself, really ain't nobody going to believe in you. If you don't have a positive image of yourself, then, you're really losing. Like, I see so many people, like women, any women that ever see this, don't walk out the store like this. Or let me give you a better, don't walk around public like this. I mean, you've always got to look at your surroundings. And it's funny when I see a man and, I can read people. It's like my problem is, my skill level is, if I want to, I can really tap into people and see their lives. But that's exhausting. All the people you run into. So if you keep something like that on all the time, it exhausts you. Like I go out to the Mall of America, it's like, oh, okay, I see this life. Okay. I mean, that I don't want that. So I have to turn that off. But sometimes people that come around me, especially like people that they ain't walking with their head up. And it's like every time I see a person walking with their head down, it's a lot of trauma there. A lot of low self-esteem. And how are you a man or a woman with low self-esteem? As I said, every morning I play music. I'm in that mirror getting myself together and I'm Mr. Motherfucker. I feel I'm the most handsome, the baddest motherfucker on this earth. So when I leave out my house, I am truly a Super Saiyan. And that should be your goal when you're getting ready. Not, I'm tired. It's Monday. I dread getting up. As I've said many times, each moment helps you be the greatest you. Because the moment is all we have. So each moment you want to be the greatest you. You want to take all this time, every moment to make you great. I got a little bit of that in me. You dig? Yeah. And so dig yourself in the morning. Love yourself when you get in there. No matter what you're facing, love yourself. Because if you have love of yourself and you have self-confidence, whatever you face is going to be a lot easier. Not going to say you win or lost. I'm just saying it's going to be easier. When you go in it, and like I say, you take it on the chin. You face it. You face danger. You face danger, not run away from it. You face it. Now, there are strategic retreats. My biggest win came from strategic retreat. It's like, yeah, I ain't got to fight this thing. I can just lay back in the cut. So sometimes you do have to strategic retreat. That's a war tactic. Where, you ain't giving up. You just need to retreat right now. If you can dig that. And again, you if you can't love yourself, you can't love anyone else. And I'll just modify it saying is, if you don't love yourself, a lot of times it also can happen if you when you do love someone else, it's obsessive love. It's obsessive love. Because you don't love yourself. So who you focus your love towards, you obsessive, controlling. So you tend up overwhelming your mate. Because you don't have any love for yourself. So all the love you have is going into her or him. And you're obsessed. And people get tired with obsessive love. And that's why you have to start with loving yourself. So then you can properly give the proper balance of love out there. So your love ain't all like this, you know, the scales is always. And I've said before, you know, balance is exactly that. It's not that you're in the middle all the time. Sometimes you got to go this way. Sometimes you got to go that way. Sometimes the scale's going to tip this way. It's going to tip that way. So that's balance. Balance is always a little bit here, a little bit there. It's never just in the middle, teetottering. Is that teetottering? It's never just in the middle. You always got to slide back and forth for balance. And again, I'm not talking about karma. It's a different kind of thing. And so these are some things that need to be practiced all the time and reminded yourself all the time. It's like that's the beautiful thing of having children. We just love children. You dig? You know, you don't see children out and be joyful. You see them. Now, there's some badass children, yeah, but for the most part, are you the kind of person when you see children that kind of makes you smile? I know if you see little hardhead motherfuckers all the time, yeah, that you'd be in the hood and little hardhead bad motherfuckers. But most of us see children that are, you know, when you're not just in the hood and you see children out, if you get what I mean. Maybe you don't. Maybe you just see a bunch of bad little motherfuckers. I can understand that. I can definitely understand that kind of thing. You just see these bad little motherfuckers all the time. So, gosh. You know, since I broadcast last, I tried to fucking play pickleball and had heat stroke. So, yeah, my heart was like 175, 180 beats per minute. Lucky I didn't pass out. So I drink a lot of water, turn the air conditioner up in my ride, and luckily was able to, you know, cool my body down. But I'm more susceptible to it. I did play tennis with my daughter yesterday or Thursday. I played tennis with my daughter. But, you know, pickleball hasn't worked out. And, you know, and I'm not going to try to say this is a woe in me, but maybe this makes sense to you. And this is like what I'm missing. Like, I want to take the next step in pickleball, but the thing that hurt me is I don't have anybody to really work out. So the only workout I get is going to play. And if you understand, it's like playing, like I'll play with my wife. She ain't going to hit the ball as fast as some other people going to hit it. So the workout I get from her is not enough. And it's like I need 3 other people to consistently work out with and not just go somewhere and play. Yes, I'll get good enough, but I won't get good as I should get. That's a very limited, right now I look at it as very limited. And you know, last year I was at 212. I'm at almost 240, probably 236 right now. But it's like going to play is not getting me, it's not taking my skill to the next level. Playing is just playing. And I play, my skill is pretty high, but it's like I'm going to hit, you know, it's like I'm just going to hit a certain peak. And if I just go to play, I'm not going to get any better because I really don't have any serious people to work out with. And my wife was like, well, at least you played last year. But yeah, but it's like, it's frustrating that I don't have that I don't have those 3 other people that we can all make each other better. And so, yeah, it's, you know, it's not playing is, you know. So, and plus, you know, the heat stroke shit is no joke. I was playing, like I played my 4th game and that shit started hitting me. I went out there and I was like, I think I played 5 points. I was like, yeah, I'm done. I got to sit down. And all of them coming around me. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Yeah, I do. And I got heat stroke. I was out one time. I was sitting under a shady tree, but it was like 95, 96. And my daughter was riding her bike. And I got heat stroke. I was just sitting out there smoking a cigar. And I got heat stroke from smoking the cigar. I had to take her in the house. I had to go lay down because I had heat stroke because, again, my body just wasn't used to that 90s, you know. Surprised I didn't have it in South Carolina because that heat down there was not like this up here. That moisture was really, really, really tough. So, you know, that's my own journey. I got to figure it out. Maybe this winter if I play indoors, you know. But like to play, I got to wear double straps on my arms. I got to wear that nerve strap and sleeves. I got to have braces on both legs just not to hurt. So, it's like that becomes, kind of tiring too to have to participate in something. I got to do all that. That gets kind of old itself. Well, guys, thank you for coming out. I appreciate it. And the people that see this in the future, can't say when I'm gonna come on again. To me, I don't sound right. My tongue still feels heavy. So that kind of makes me not want to come and talk because it's like even I can feel where I'm getting a little tongue twisted my tongue just doesn't want to work the way it should work. So that kind of makes me not want to come on. But I've been trying to come on the last few days, and tonight was the day where I could because I don't got to get up early. My daughter's party ain't until tomorrow afternoon, so I could stay up and have a few minutes of coming on and philosophizing and, just kicking it with people. But thank you for coming on. Thank you for the people that look at this in the future. I don't hope I didn't lead anybody astray. That was never my hope. I didn't talk about anybody. And that's like, I'm like me talking about Carmella is not, I think I'm talking about a disingenuous person, a national figure that is disingenuous. That's what it is. Now, other cats on YouTube, they can do their own thing. I don't care. I only listen to a couple people. Ancestor Production, Quantum of Conscious. I tune in with Sly a little bit every now and then, but his thing and my thing ain't the same thing, I catch Nick when he puts stuff out, Nick Taylor, in that, I think is what his channel's called. But those are the only people I really watch. I don't watch a lot of YouTube. I watch fights, stuff like that, but just don't watch a lot of people because I don't think what they say is greater than what I say. I think I have a pretty great, Savant Bomber. I watch some of his stuff too when he ain't selling. That nigga's a selling nigga, boy. And like I said, I don't need to ask for anybody to give me money. I got it. I got it. So I look like an idiot. I'm showing all this shit, and then last thing, I've got all these clothes, this room full of clothes, and then I'm like, well, I really need a new pair of those new pair of Air Force Ones, and if I can just get some donations. If I relied on that shit, I would never have anything. So I don't have to comment that. I don't care if people like it. I don't care if they share. It doesn't matter. I got it, so I don't need it from you. Now, the people that have donated in the past, I appreciate it. That's cool. That's a very kind gesture that people that don't personally know me would donate to the show. That's cool. But to say that I come on here for that, I don't need that. I don't need that from anybody. I can do it, I get it myself. The equipment I want, I bought myself. These two monitors, this keypad, this mic, that mixer, the Tanscam, I bought myself. I had to come on here asking anybody for it. And it's pitiful that people use this for that. But again, that's how they got it. Like you didn't see me here bashing sisters. And this, let me say this before I quit. The problem with sisters is, and Kevin Samuels did bring a lot of this up, it's like my wife got mad at me last night because I was saying this shit in front of my daughter. But this is what gets me. Like you see these chicks on Facebook, and these chicks got 3, 4 babies, okay? And like Kevin Samuels was telling them, chick, if a man will take a single woman over a chick that has 2 or 3 kids. I mean, that's just kind of, but that's not my point. My point is this. It's like a woman having 2 or 3 children, and then she dates a dude, and she tells the dude she wants to take it slow. It's like, wait a minute, chick. You didn't take it slow to have them 3 children. But now you want me to take it slow. So that's what I don't understand. You got all these chicks on Facebook, all these born agains, and it's like, well, you know, I was like that when I was younger, but now I'm more. What? I mean, how is men supposed to look at you? How are men really supposed to look at you? Obviously, for you to have them 3 children, you was giving that ass up. So what's now? And I understand from the female perspective, it's like, you know, that's all people want me for. And if I give it to him, then he don't call me back, you know, it's a waste of my time, which I understand that. But sometimes that's all people want to do is just smash. So not every relationship. Dude, listen to on here, man, when he gets to selling stuff. Yeah, exactly. That's Bomber, you know, he sells all kind of shit. Not to say some of this shit ain't good. His water machine is probably real good. He has a machine where changes the water. It don't give you very much of it, but it changes it for sure. And that's probably pretty good. But some of that other shit, I can get she legit from myself. I can get my own goddamn crystals. So I don't need that nigga for shit, you know. He talks some good stuff, but he's also a salesman, you know. And it's, you know, it's to each his own, I guess. To each his own, I guess. I ain't trying to hate on anybody, but I don't know, you know, motherfuckers got to do donations, you know, that's just, you know, they live off that shit. And, you know, it's a lot of niggas to be on here scamming. That's the other part, is scamming niggas, you know. Trying to make connections so they can scam people. You know, I got scammed by one person. You know, I let one person scam me. Let me send me some of the bread back. I'll give him that. He ain't send it all back, but he sent me some of the bread back. But it was a scam. When in reality, if he could have did what he said he did, I mean, we could have still been doing business. But instead, it was a scam. He did send me half. I'm not gonna say who he is, because you know, if I didn't have it to take a chance, you know. But we live and we learn, you know. You sometimes want to do business with people, and you know, they're you don't know their situation. And if they broke, you know, scamming is easy for them. And that seems to be the case sometimes. Even though the young man made videos of his ass working. So that nigga ain't too broke. But that's how it works for some people. You know, that's how it works. Can anybody say I got on here and never scammed anybody? Now, a lot of niggas that I mentioned tonight, they can't say the same. I'm not saying a lot, but some of them have some scam in them too. I ain't gonna get technical and say what the scam is, but them niggas got some scam in them too. But again, whatever their position in life is, that's what they gotta do. Motherfuckers be, you know, looking at getting these payments from Google. You know, they count on that shit. It's like they gotta put shit out, you know, to keep the interest in themselves, to keep them dollars flowing. It ain't never been about me, you know, and nor will I buy subscribers, because you can buy subscribers. You can pay for that. I don't need that either. You know, want to listen, you want to listen. You don't, you don't. I put this out really for me. You know, not to. So, well, thank you. Thank you. More like begging. It is. It is. Niggas be begging. Asking motherfuckers, talking about they gonna cut the feed if, you know, you don't like. So obviously there's some benefit from having likes, some monetary benefit from having likes. That's why niggas ask about that shit. I don't ask for that shit. Again, I don't care if people watching or not. I do this for me. If you want to watch it, want to get this information, some of this history, some of this perspective, then that's okay, cool. If you don't, cool. That's the way it works. Well, this is the Chocolate Mountain Show. This is your super funky host, Big Pontiac. Until we meet again.